Hi, you guys. Welcome back for our daily practice questions. It is day 313, and as always, I'd like to first start with my introduction and disclaimer before getting started with our questions for today. So, for those of you who are familiar with me, hey y'all. For those of you who are new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Dr. Brittany Weinstock, a family nurse practitioner and the founder and CEO of the Nursing Studio. I provide resources, tools, review courses, review videos, review books, digital flashcards, Q banks, one on one sessions, and more to assist nurses as well as nurse practitioners with success on their boards as well as in practice. I've been doing this since 2015, assisting nurses and nurse practitioners internationally with exam success. But y'all know my disclaimer and reminder is that we know there's no absolutes in medicine. We treat on a patient by patient basis, and any of the questions that you see here, I have designed and created based on the current guidelines that are being tested on the ANCC as well as AANP exam. Now, any of my videos where I'm teaching on things that we currently do in practice, I will always say that so there's no confusion. So, with that being said, let's get into question number one for today. But before we get started, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you're not missing any of my videos. And if you would like to gain access to my MP Test Success Toolkit, it is free and linked in the description. My website is also linked in the description and it houses all of the resources that I offer. And I always like to direct you here to my business profile by simply going to Google and searching the Nursing Studio. It will bring you here where you can find my contact telephone number, link to my website, and testimonials from previous review students. All right, y'all, question number one. Question number one states a 33-year-old female presents for a well woman exam. She has no complaints, is monogamous, and has had normal pap smears in the past. Her last pap smear was 3 years ago. According to the USPSTF guidelines, what is the appropriate next step? Is it A, repeat pap smear now and annually? B, repeat pap smear in 2 years? C, perform pap smear with an HPV co-testing? Or D, continue with the routine screening every 3 years with cytology alone? Take a moment and tell me what you got in the comments, y'all. All right, so I always recommend reading the stem of the question first as it allows you to slow down to ensure you're answering what is even being asked of you. So here the stem of the question states, according to the USPSTF guidelines, what is the appropriate next step? So let's see what we're talking about. We have a 33-year-old female who presents for a well woman exam. She has no complaints, is monogamous, and has had normal pap smears in the past. Her last pap smear was 3 years ago. So, y'all, the best answer is D, to continue the routine screening every 3 years with cytology alone. So, when you exceed the age of 30, because 21 to 29, the standard is to do the every 3 years as long as it's normal. And then once you get to 30, you're able to decide which one you want to do. Now, the code testing, we don't need to do A because that's repeating it now and every year. We no longer do annual when this person does not have any abnormalities. Repeating every 2 years is not the guidelines either. And we typically do the HPV co-testing when there's more high risk. So D is your best answer. Question number two, a 60-year-old African American male with no history of diabetes or chronic kidney disease presents for blood pressure follow-up. His average BP over 3 visits is 150 over 92. According to current guidelines, which medication is most appropriate to initiate? Is it A, an ACE inhibitor, B, an ARB, C, a thiazide, or D, a beta blocker? Take a moment and tell me what you got, y'all. All right, and stem of the question, according to current guidelines, which medication is most appropriate to initiate? All right, so a treatment question, I always tell you if the STEM is looking for a treatment, run it back and look and see if they provided you with a diagnosis. And if not, then you need to take it back a step further and look at those assessment findings. So we have a 60-year-old African American male, no history of diabetes or CKD. Blood pressure follow up after 3 visits is still elevated at 150 over 92. So we're looking for the appropriate medication for hypertension management, right? So in this scenario, C, a thiazide diuretic would be your first line therapy. And lastly, question number three, a 56-year-old male is newly diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. What is the first line therapy? Is it A, Novolog, B, metformin, C, Lantus, or D, a GLP-1? Take a moment and tell me what you got, y'all. All right, in the STEM states, what is the first line therapy? They have provided us with a diagnosis, and it's type 2 diabetes. So you know the answer is B, metformin. That's our first line therapy for type 2 diabetics. All right, y'all. I hope you found this helpful. As always, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share with whoever you may think may find this beneficial as well. But y'all know what to do. Y'all make sure y'all meet me back here. And if you need any other resources that I do offer, feel free to reach out to the nursing studio. You can give us a call, shoot us a text message, or shoot us an email. Um, and as always, everything that I do offer is linked in the bio of this channel, including my website. And as I mentioned previously, my website is also linked in the description of this video. All right, y'all. Y'all know what to do. Y'all make sure y'all meet me back here. Happy studying. Bye, y'all.